Hello, welcome to a quick demonstration on the solution wherein you can have a platform trigger that will eventually generate, let's say, a transaction from another object. So an example in here is what I'm going to show you is upon creation of a fixed asset, then a journal entry will be auto-created upon creation of the fixed asset. It's quite not the normal process we're in, because usually for fixed assets, we would have it from, let's say, from other transactions like AP purchase invoice or credit card transaction or even an purchase invoice. But in this case, just to give you a proof of concept of the use of platform trigger. So there may be a requirement wherein your customer will be asking that once an asset is created, then a journal entry will be created out of it instead. So it's the other way around. All right. So what we can actually do is that if we go to the object, in this case, we are talking about the asset. So if I go to platform services there, all objects, and let's have a look at the asset. And I'm talking about this one. And if we go to the triggers section, this one here, I've already created one called create JE or create journal entry. So if we have a look at that trigger, to make sure that the trigger is deployed, yep, and we have that properties, general properties on create. All right, so it's showing up there, and just put whatever trigger name that you would like to name the trigger. And I'll just leave that one there. And what's more important is the document template. So with the document template in here, what I would like to do is that let's have a look first at what I've defined here for the document template. All right. So with the document template, I would like to post a journal entry using the journal FAJ in this case, and batch date will be coming from the GL posting date there. The title will be the asset name as well. A baseline location. Um, I've defined it on the asset anyway, so I would like to have that location number to be coming from the location that I've selected on the asset itself. On the GL entry, so I've hard coded debiting the amount. So this is the debit the amount with 1500. So it's up to you where you would like to get that GL account to, and just populate the department and location or currency as well from the asset record itself. And the amount in here, this is just to replace, or this is just to ensure that we'll be able to capture um, the asset or the amount that we defined on the asset, which is the asset cost, for example, that has a comma, and it'll just be, or I think it's being shown as with the space there if there's a comma. So we would like to address that in this requirement, and exchange rate in their description. While the credit, this one here, you will notice that I have here the GL underscore account posting. So this is just another way to show you that you can have, let's say, a custom field on the asset record itself with this ID, wherein when you fill out the GL account there, and it will just be the one to be used when the journal entry is created. So similar stuff for the other dimensions in there, including the amount. All right, so it's actually defined on the template itself. So there's a sample of the template embedded on the PDF version of this solution that you can download from the community. All right, so let me just close that one there, and I think we should be good to go. All right, so let's have a look how this solution works. We're in, again, to reiterate. So in this example, there is a fixed asset. Upon creation of the fixed asset, a journal entry will be auto-created out of it. All right, which is the unconventional process. But just to give you a clue, basically, on how you can use Trigger. All right, so if I slide down to my entity level, in this case, if I go to fixed assets there, and then all components asset, and let's just create an asset in here. I've been testing with this one here, so let me just have a look at making use of test assets, with 9 indicator in it, and asset name as well. So I'll just put test asset name 9 there. Asset class, so maybe equipment 24 there. GL posting date, so I'll just choose today's date. So notice as well that in my demo instance, I have this MMDD, YYY date format, but this should work as well for the Australian format in there. So with the asset cost numeric, let me just use 76543.21. I have that asset cost there. Residual, I don't need to bother. So let me just fill out the other fields there, like location, and I would like to fill out department, like professional services. So I think during I quickly showed as well the platform template. So it's actually referring to the amount or the account credited is actually based on this custom field. So you can create a custom field for this object and just call that custom field in order to use the value that you fill out here to be the one used in the posting. So in this one here, I'll just use 2010, just random GL account code. So then again, on the template itself, let me just open that one just to make sure. So just different options. I would like to show different options in here. So account debited is actually hard coded, right? But for the account credited, we're actually getting it from the custom field in here. So it's up to you how you would like to get the information from. But I just would like to show you different options. Hard coding it, let's say for a debit, and the credit account will just be coming from the asset record itself, called the GL account posting, which is this field. All right. So let me just, okay, so this is the assets itself. Before I trigger save, let me just go back to the list of the journal entries. I like to refresh this one here just to make sure that we haven't created anything yet. So 562 there earlier. So at the moment, still 562 again, meaning the number of records, I still have 562 there. All right, so let me just save this and see what will happen. So there's like the usual validation that is being handled if you're creating the asset at the entity level. And I'll just click on save. All right. So you will notice that the test asset tag number 9, which is related to test asset name number 9, is already created with that asset cost. Remember that one? 76543.21. All right, so it's already here. The asset has been created successfully, but the ultimate purpose of this one here is that with that trigger, we are expecting that a journal entry should have been created as well upon creation of the fixed asset. So let's have a look if that's actually working. So at the moment, I have 562 records in here. Let me just refresh and see how it goes. All right, so it incremented by 1, which is great. So this is the latest one that has just been created. Let's have a look if that's the one that we just created. All right, so looks like it. we have the account. Remember that we defined on the platform, this one here. We have 1500 as a debit and credit random, GL account code. This may not be applicable in this instance, but just to give you a proof of concept that you can have, let's say, a custom field on the asset itself and just get the information from there and use it for posting. So in this case, we've defined it to be 2010, this one here, and now we can actually see it as 2010 as the account being credited, and we have the amount there, right? We have 76543.21. It's straightforward, and yeah, that's it. So the ultimate purpose of this one here is to make use of a platform trigger. In this case, upon creation of an asset, a journal entry is automatically being created. So hopefully this quick demonstration helps on a platform trigger rather, applied on a fixed asset wherein a journal entry is auto-created. Thank you.